Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always. What are we exploring today?
Well, today we're doing something a little different. We're diving into the world of university jobs in Melbourne, Australia. And let me tell you, it's way more exciting than it might sound at first.
Oh, I bet. Australian universities have such a great reputation.
They do. And we found a recent listing of 82 university and higher ed jobs in Melbourne on academicjobs.com. That's going to be our main source today. And it got us thinking, Melbourne is known as Australia's leading education hub. Academicjobs.com even mentions world-renowned universities and research institutions.
hmm
So what makes Melbourne's universities such awesome places to work?
Well, for starters, think about the sheer variety of career paths you can find there. I mean, the source mentions everything from teaching and research positions to administrative roles. So, no matter your interests or skill set, there's probably something for you in Melbourne.
That's a good point. I guess when you have so many universities concentrated in one area, it opens up a lot of options.
Exactly. Plus, these universities like Melbourne Uni and Monash, they're not just local names, they're global players. That means you'd have access to incredible resources, cutting-edge research facilities, and the chance to collaborate with some of the brightest minds in your field.
I see what you mean. Working at a prestigious university like that could be a huge boost for your career. But what about the lifestyle?
hmm
Is it all work and no play in these top-tier universities?
Actually, the source specifically highlights excellent work-life balance as a major draw for working at these universities. Australia in general has a pretty strong work-life balance culture, but universities especially seem to prioritize it.
I did hear that Australia has really good worker protections in general.
Yeah, things like generous leave policies,
Yeah.
flexible work arrangements, those are pretty standard. And many university positions even emphasize family friendliness, which is great.
That's definitely a plus. It sounds like they've got the whole package. So, out of those 82 job listings, did any particularly catch your eye?
Oh, absolutely. There were a couple that really stood out to me. One was a bioinformatics specialist position at the University of Melbourne.
Bioinformatics.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty high tech.
It is. It's basically using big data to solve biological mysteries.
Wow, that's cutting edge. What was the other one?
The other one that caught my eye was for a museum curator at Monash University.
Now, that sounds like a fascinating mix of academic and creative work.
Right. It's not your typical university job, but it just shows the diversity of opportunities you can find in Melbourne's
Oh,
university.
yeah. Okay, I have to admit, you've piqued my interest.
Oh,
Imagine. You're working on groundbreaking research, surrounded by brilliant colleagues, you've got a great work-life balance, and you get to live in a vibrant city like Melbourne.
yeah. Not a bad picture, right?
Definitely not.
Mhm.
So for anyone listening who's feeling inspired, where should they go to explore these opportunities?
Well, as we mentioned, our trusted source for this deep dive has been academicjobs.com. It's not just a job board, it's like a gateway to discovering all sorts of amazing career possibilities in academia.
And they feature jobs from top universities, both local and global, right?
Exactly. So if you're dreaming of a career in academia, especially at a world-class university in a city like Melbourne, academicjobs.com is definitely the place to start your search.
Great advice. And for our listeners, one final thought. If you could design your dream academic job in Melbourne, what would it look like? It's something to think about. Maybe it's leading a research team, maybe it's curating a museum, or maybe it's something totally unique. Whatever it is, I bet you can find it in Melbourne. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.
See you then.